Logan, talk a little bit about getting to run at the Armory and at Oregon, and just two of the premier venues for track and field.
Yeah, the Armory Invitational. It was a really good meet that brought out some stiff competition between Duke and Columbia and Lehigh, and it was just a blessing for us to be able to go out there and compete on the national stage against some stiff Division I competition, and to see where we can match up against those teams. So
when you walk in a venue like that, and because I know you kind of study this stuff, and I know your coach does, so he makes you well aware of the history of some of these places. What was it like walking in there for the first time?
It was incredible. When we went in, there was just this showcase of memorabilia of records that have been broken. For example, Steve Prefontaine that ran at Oregon, and he was like the pinnacle of distance running. His singlet or his jersey was up there for when he ran at Oregon. And then you go to Alan Webb, which broke the high school indoor American record. He was the first guy to break 4 indoors in 1999. His singlet from his high school was up there. And so there's just a lot of history in this meet and history in this venue. And it was awesome that we could just go and run in that history and just be a part of watching history itself.
Talk a little bit about the strategy of the race. You finished second on a pretty high level of competition. Just talk about that and the strategy went into how you finished second.
Well, the week leading up to it, in all honesty, it's actually really interesting. I didn't feel too well for that week. We had some 600s that we did on Monday, some stiff paces just to get some speed. And when we got to Thursday, my hamstrings and my calves were really tight, and our trainer, Martin, thought I had some Achilles tendonitis issues going on. And so when we were running through Central Park on Thursday, I was a little concerned that I wasn't going to be able to perform well the next day. And when I woke up on Friday, it was just incredible that pain had gone away. It had subsided completely. It was definitely a God thing. I wouldn't have been able to race that race as good as what had happened if it weren't for just that healing power that came in. And so when the race hit, when we started racing the first mile, I wanted to be conservative. And so I didn't go out with the lead pack. I think it was 3 Duke guys and 1 guy from Lehigh. And so I knew that I was hitting the times that I wanted to hit for the first mile. And then as it started wearing on, as we kept on getting lap by lap, there's 25 laps. So it's a lot of time to make a decision. You don't have to make a decision on lap 5. You can wait till 12 as long as you don't get yourself out of the race fully. And so as the first mile went by, I felt really well. And so I decided to move up. And then eventually I got to the point where I felt confident enough to take the lead. And with about a mile to go, we closed pretty fast. I think it was around a 4:26, and at the end, it was a kick to the end. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and the American guy got me, but I was just thankful that I could come out with a PR.
Well, just talk about where does this lead you guys from here? Because you're heading deep into the indoor season now, and then outdoor. Not a lot of time before outdoor starts.
Yeah, we next race that we're running at is Samford, and they're going to have some stiff competition. It's also in a really nice venue, the Birmingham complex that we've raced in several times. Everybody's looking really good right now. The people that ran at Armory, we had a ton of PRs. And I know that the people that have been working out, we have a few people that are going to come out and race really well. And so I think leading up to conference in a few weeks, I think we're in a really good position right now. Our mileage is in a good position. And as we start to taper off getting towards conference, I think we're going to see some great results.
Last thing, what was the best thing about going to New York?
Oh man, the food, pizza, definitely. Just pizza by the slice. So.
All right, Logan Rodgers, GMAC Athlete of the Week.